So I want to roll back to the beginning of MySQL, or when your beginnings with MySQL.
Yeah.
Because certainly it was much smaller than 400 people then.
12. I think it was 12.
You came on board, and part of your remit, as I understand it, and correct me if this isn't right, but really, well, obviously was to grow the company, but part of that was to make it a very global company. You had customers all around the world, and you did that, I think, in a rather interesting way in terms of highly distributing the organization. What was your thought process, your strategy through going from 12 to you were ultimately in many dozens and dozens of countries very quickly?
Yeah, the whole notion of the global distributed organization is maybe the thing I'm most proud of, but it was a side effect. So it wasn't a conscious decision to say, okay guys, we will build a global distributed organization and here's the budget for it and here's how we do it. It came very naturally because MySQL at the time, there was just a handful of maybe 12 people, and they were already working from their homes in different countries. So we already had this notion of not really having an office. And I just took it for granted that something like MySQL must be completely global. And we always said we are global, and then we reminded ourselves that, hey, we are not global yet because we are now Northern European, and now we are European, and now we are Western Hemisphere, but we still haven't covered the rest. So we're conscious about it, but at the same time, it just so happened. And I don't know, we hired great people who sent us emails. We never asked them where they live. We never asked them to go into an office because we had no office to offer to them. So still today, 70% of MySQL's employees work from home, and it's today in 110 major locations in 35 countries and 18 time zones.
So would your advice be for these companies who are thinking about how do they become global companies to close the office and just have everyone work from home?
It's not my advice because I think it's a matter of mindset. And I've met entrepreneurs here who say that they don't like it. They want people in the same place. I say, fine, keep people in the same place. But I want to be a demonstration that you can build a global distributed organization where most people work from home and it's doable. But then you end up hiring the special people who like it. There are people who are a little bit more of a lone wolf than others. They have thick skin. They don't need the daily interaction and encouragement and guidance because they know what they're doing. So it's a special breed. It's like fishermen or hunters, those people who are used to working on their own for months and months. And mankind has always had that sort of people, so it's not like it's a new thing. If you look at, a time span of 10,000 years, I think most human beings actually worked very much on their own without any daily help and without a coffee break and without a...
Or maybe it's all coffee break. I mean, this is one of the big concerns. You're working from home. Where's the accountability? How did you build a culture that was both lone wolf and accountable and had a communication that allowed it to be effective?
It's a very good point because you must have very good mechanism for accountability and performance management when you do this. But at the same time, people from large corporations and office-based ones ask me, so Martin, how do you know that your people are working? And I look at them and say, how do you know that your people are working? Because I claim that it's easier to fake it in an office. In an office, you can walk around, you can be very social. You always you brew the coffee in the morning so people think you're a good guy. You go to all the meetings, you say stupid things.
Is this your strategy?
No. But I'm saying you can fake it in an office completely. When you work from home, you cannot fake it because your colleagues only see your output. They see nothing else. But sure, so still you need good systems like you asked. And we had, for every employee, there was a goal, annual goal, quarterly goal. Everybody writes a weekly report to their team and their boss in one way or the other. Some people do it by email. Some fill in a web-based system where you report your hours and what you've done. So we were very clear on setting goals, reporting against goals, and then we always paid bonuses for achieving and exceeding goals. So in MySQL AB we had budgeted money for paying personal bonuses for achieving your goals, which means that it becomes self-selecting. If you're not producing, you're not getting the bonuses, you know, doesn't feel right, then you need to work harder or figure out something else to do.
Which sounds to me, if I were to sort of summarize it, it's align your interests, right? And then measure and reward behavior or output, productivity, which I would think is actually a pretty good thing if you're in an office
to do it too.
As well.
It is very much so. But I think it was good for us that we had to define our vision and our strategy very clearly, because we met our employees so irregularly. So the vision had to last for several months, because that's how long they spent on their own without seeing other people.